Greta Thunberg is a Swedish youth environmental activist who has become a global symbol of resistance against climate change. At just 22 years of age, she has managed to compel some of the most powerful leaders in the world to confront the urgency of the climate crisis. Recently, she joined the global Sumud Flotilla, a humanitarian mission aimed at breaking the siege of Gaza and delivering aid to its people. This flotilla stood as a symbol of Palestinian resilience, but Israeli forces intercepted it, arresting Greta along with several other activists. Greta was born on January 3, 2003, in Stockholm, the capital of Sweden. She hails from an artistic family. Her mother, Milena Ernman, is a renowned opera singer, and her father, Svan Thunberg, is an actor. She also has a younger sister. During childhood, Greta was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, yet she proudly calls it her superpower, as it allows her to think deeply and focus intensely on the problems that others often overlook. When she was just 8, she first learned about climate change at school, a lesson that would forever alter her life. Determined to make a difference, she began at home, persuading her parents to stop eating meat and to give up air travel in order to reduce their environmental footprint. These small acts of personal responsibility would later ignite a worldwide movement. A Swedish citizen raised in her homeland, Greta identifies herself as an atheist. She has often said she does not believe in God but rather in scientific facts and the global scientific consensus on climate change. Despite this, the University of Helsinki in Finland awarded her an honorary doctorate in theology, a symbolic gesture recognizing her moral leadership and contribution to humanity's collective conscience. Her global recognition began in 2018 when she started protesting alone outside the Swedish parliament. Every Friday, instead of attending school, she would sit there holding a sign demanding government action on climate change. Her solitary protest soon inspired millions across the globe, evolving into the Fridays for Future movement, one of the largest youth-led environmental campaigns in history. In 2019, Greta addressed the United Nations Climate Summit in a speech that shook the conscience of the world. Her words, "How dare you?" echoed across continents, turning her into the moral voice of a generation. That same year, Time magazine named her Person of the Year, making her the youngest individual ever to receive the honor. Greta's activism, however, has never been confined to environmental issues alone. In 2025, she extended her voice to the cause of human rights by joining the global Sumud Flotilla, which consisted of over 40 ships and 500 activists united for Gaza. In June, while aboard the vessel Madeleine, she remarked in an interview that, "The world's silence is deadly." By October, when Israeli naval forces intercepted the flotilla and detained the activists, Greta was among those arrested. Israel accused the mission of being linked to Hamas, a charge Greta firmly denied. The incident drew parallels to the Freedom Flotilla of 2010, when 9 activists were killed. For Greta, climate justice and human rights are not separate struggles, they are two faces of the same battle. She sees the suffering of Palestinians and the destruction of the environment as interconnected reflections of global injustice. Of course, Greta has faced criticism. Some accuse her of politicizing youth movements, while others deem her support for Palestine controversial. Yet despite the criticism, her voice continues to resonate across nations. As she often says, she is not a politician, she is simply a truth teller. Greta Thunberg stands today as a luminous symbol of courage and conviction, a reminder that even one determined individual can spark global transformation. From the streets of Stockholm to the turbulent waters of Gaza, this young woman continues her dual struggle, for the planet and for humanity. Her participation in the Sumud Flotilla is yet another testament to her bravery. And one thing is certain, Greta Thunberg will continue to lead movements that awaken the conscience of the world, reminding us all that change is still possible, if only we dare to act.